Hello, all the replay viewers. You're here with Samantha Brown. Nice to see you. I'm just doing a really quick recap of day one of Expert Empires. It's almost over. It's not quite over. I have just got changed, ready for the Empire party this evening. I'll see if I can do a quick video there as well to show you. But I thought I'd just go through some of the headline thoughts that I've had from today, who the speakers were, and just let you know, I guess, the initial ideas that I've had from listening to so many amazing people. So just tell me what you're up to tonight, because it is now 8:30 on a Wednesday evening. I'm about to go out. This is a rarity for me. I don't really get to go out that often. So I'm excited. But what are you guys doing? And while you're thinking and while you're typing, I shall share with you my thoughts from today. So we've heard from loads of great people today. Nick James, who's obviously is his event. Ryan Dice, who is the mastermind behind Traffic and Conversion Summit, which is probably the biggest internet marketing type event, I guess, in the world, because it's over in America and San Diego every year, and like everybody who's everybody that has some kind of like e-commerce and online presence, which is now everybody, goes to this event. So Ryan Dice spoke. We had Ryan Pinnock, who is probably far and away the funniest person I've ever heard speak, which is almost a shame, because before that Brad Lee held the title of funniest, best person I've seen on stage. But Ryan just having absolute stitches today, and if you go back through my videos from today on this page, then you'll be able to see some funny shit that Ryan came out with. It was just crazy. So who else did we hear from? Let me think. And the day finished with Andy Harrington, who is best known for, I guess, being like a bit like a UK Tony Robbins. He's got an event called Power to Achieve. He also does a speaking thing. He spoke. He's amazing. He's a very brilliant speaker. I perhaps like a little bit more excitement and drama and all that kind of stuff, but Andy is a very smooth speaker, and I was so impressed how he ended the day. Again, I did a little video of it. He basically managed to convince, I don't know, a very massive proportion of the audience that they absolutely wanted what he had to sell, and got them up on stage, and then they followed him to the back of the room to buy. It was amazing to watch. I guess, true master at work, which is brilliant. And of course I got a selfie. So Andy Harrington, the key takeaways that I took from him, I guess, are the fact that you can absolutely deliver your speech to people in a way that excites them and really gets them buying into whatever it is that you're talking about. And you need to show, and so many people talk about this, Russell Brunson, Grant Cardone, everybody talks about having your story and talking about your story. And then if you share enough, people will identify with what you've been through. And normally you'd have been through the process, and then you've come out the other side. And that's the thing that you're teaching. And so Andy Harrington talked about that. At the beginning of the day, Nick James started off with, what is your strongest reason why? What is the reason that you're doing whatever it is that you do? And it isn't to make money. Like, as much as money is amazing, money keeps score, it's not the reason that you're doing whatever it is that you're doing. So I'd love to hear actually what your strongest reason why is. What's the thing? I mean, we had answers from providing for children through to wanting to go and fund schools in Africa, beaten wives or people that have been through abuse, loads of different stuff. And most of the people in the room, I would say, want to affect other people's lives in a positive way. I'm pretty sure everybody wants to affect lives in a positive way. But they were talking about helping spread and, spread the love, spread the thing that you've got, and help other people then achieve what they're doing. And that's absolutely what I want to do. I know that I can excite people, especially when they come and talk to me, when they watch me on video, and I want to be able to teach people how to do that yourself so that you can get people excited about the stuff that you sell. That's my core purpose behind what I do. I have this light, this ability, whatever it is, and I want to be able to teach other people to do that. And the more people that I can teach, the more people that they can help. And there's this kind of spider effect of people that are affected by you. And I absolutely know this is true. So today in the room, there's a guy who won basically being the Andy Harrington's protege. And I know that I was the kind of the starting point of him coming to the room, because he came to one of my events and then I started talking about stuff. He followed me and then he came here. There's another guy who is mega wealthy, and he told me that his wife hates me because I introduced him to Grant Cardone, and obviously because he then started watching a lot of what I do and he knew Grant Cardone was coming here to Expert Empires, he is now here at Expert Empires, and this is a guy that makes like millions and millions and millions a year. So it's awesome being that kind of starting point, and I know that other people can be that starting point too. So tell me what your strongest reason why is for whatever it is that you're doing. And maybe we can kind of like see some connections happening, even in this Facebook feed. So anyway, starting the day, strongest reason why. Ending the day, Annie Harrington getting like half the people in the room up on stage. Ryan Deiss gave some really great advice about how to use artificial intelligence, so chatbots to you and I, or Alexa, Google Home, all that kind of stuff. How to use it so that you are actually almost mimicking a human interaction, but it means that you can do it on a massive scale, but then people still feel like their needs are getting met in terms of actually being understood, and actually rather than just like trying to push away the conversation and push away the human interaction, what you're doing is automating something that is time consuming, so that then you've got the information to best be able to help someone when they then come to speak to a human. It was really interesting. I'm going to do like a much more detailed breakdown of that, because I think that's like one of the things that's absolutely going to change the way that we communicate with each other. And we all know that email's dead, and that everybody wants to communicate on Facebook Messenger. So chatbots are going to be a massive thing. At the moment, they're not quite being used in the way that I think they could be doing. But Ryan Deiss was just talking about how you can actually use chatbots in a way that is beneficial to the other person on the other side, rather than press 1 for sales and press 2 for lettings, which is what our voicemail does at work. Anyway, so there was some really good stuff from Ryan Deiss, something really interesting. When given the choice over email, phone calls and Messenger, most people choose to be contacted via Facebook Messenger. So all those people that think that Facebook is dead, you're wrong. You're all liars. You don't know anything. No, you probably do, but you don't know about Facebook. So who else spoke? A guy talked about, I'm going to have, this is really cool, Marcus Murphy, sorry, total mental block. It's been a very long day and I've only had 4 hours sleep. Marcus Murphy talked about LinkedIn and some ways to really boost your profile. So I'll do another more detailed breakdown of that. I don't really use LinkedIn. I have been on LinkedIn for a very long time. Are you guys on LinkedIn? Give me some thumbs up if you're on LinkedIn. If we're connected on LinkedIn. If we're not, go find me. But yeah, how you can use LinkedIn to get leads and stuff. I mean, LinkedIn is predominantly business to business. So if you are selling to consumers, at the moment, it's probably not quite there. But while they may only have something like 500 million users at the moment, LinkedIn want to get 3 billion users. So there's definitely something that's going to happen there that means LinkedIn is going to become at least a player in the social media game, because to be honest, they're not there yet, but they could be. And apparently live video is coming to LinkedIn, so I guess I'll then be on LinkedIn. Let's see, Nick James talked some more about how to scale your business, and I guess that's kind of part of the reason why people come to something like Expert Empires. You're doing something already and you want to get to the next level, you want to play a bigger game. That's the whole point. That's pretty much why we're all on earth, is we want to give to the world and feel significant and give contributions. So Nick talked about if you're an expert, if you're a coach, a speaker, consultant, all that kind of thing, how even property investors, anything like that, how you can go from selling one-on-one, making a full-time income but not great, to then selling one to many, making 6 figures, and then trying to sell many to many. You can't see my hands, many to many. And then breaking into the 7 figures. So that was really interesting, and it is something I've heard before, but there are like other little light bulb moments, and especially getting rid of £10 tasks. If you're doing things that are £10 tasks, you're never going to get hit 100,000 or more, because you just can't. There's not enough time in the world. So I know for me personally, doing videos is something I wouldn't outsource, because obviously this video is me, my personality, and if you guys were doing video, which I wish you would, then it's you that's delivering the video and the content, and it's people that are buying into you, so buying into your personal brand. So I wouldn't outsource doing video for your marketing or whatever it is. However, I probably would outsource if you're doing a video on Facebook, and I have given this tip away before, so go listen to all of my videos if you haven't. But if you are doing a video on Facebook Live, like I am here, you can download it once you've pressed finish, which is down in the corner here. Then I can download the video that was streamed to Facebook Live onto my phone, and then you can upload it into YouTube, and then YouTube will miraculously auto-transcribe everything. So then you've got captions. You can download the captions from YouTube and then upload them into Facebook. Now, those things there I've talked about, the upload, download, those things are £10 tasks. I do not need to be doing them. And if I've got limited time, I shouldn't be doing them. So today really reminded me of the things that I need to get rid of so that I can spend more time basically doing this, doing Facebook Live, speaking, going to events and speaking at events and things like that. So those are my probably £1,000 tasks, but have a think about your business and the things that you do at the moment that you could pay somebody else £10 to do, or when you get to the next level, something that you could pay someone £100 to do. So like sales calls, you might get to the point where the sales calls are £100 tasks. So Geraldine has said, get a virtual assistant. Absolutely, find someone. There are people that that specialise in all of the little bits, all of the £10 tasks. There are VAs that all are specialising in the £100 tasks as well. So if there are things in your business that you don't like doing and they aren't really that expensive to outsource, just outsource them, because then you can spend, and this only works. It only works if you spend that time that you would have spent on the £10 task doing something that earns you £100 or more. Because if you're spending the £10 and you're not doing anything with that time, you're just sitting there and watching TV, and I'm glad you're not. Here you are on Facebook watching me instead of watching TV. Thank you. If you're not using that time that you freed up, then it's a waste of time. You're never going to grow. But if you are using that time to do the things that make you money, so say you're a property investor, the things that make you money are putting offers in on houses, and then for me, I'd be going to do viewings and doing putting offers in on houses. Those are the things that make you money. So researching which houses or booking appointments of which houses to go and view totally shouldn't be a task you're doing. If you haven't got that much time, say you've got a job as well and it's your part-time gig on the side, then outsource the booking of the viewings, maybe even outsource looking for properties on Rightmove, because someone else can do that for £10 or around that price, and then you just go and view the houses, because until you get to a point where you really, really, really know and you can create a tick sheet. I happen to have one of these tick sheets, but of the things that someone needs to look for when they're viewing a house, you need to be viewing the house, because then you can put the offer in. But once you get to the point where you haven't got enough time to even view the houses and you've viewed enough that you know the tick sheet, then you can outsource that too. But now I'm talking about outsourcing and stuff like that, so I'm going to come back to the expert empire thing. So building up your business. What was that other stuff? I've had loads of epiphany moments of things that I should be doing in my business. The fact that I give all this content away from my page, what I'm going to start doing is I already have one, but I'm going to focus it a bit more into a free Facebook group where all of my content's going to go into, so that people have to feel part of my community. And I'm kind of telling you what I'm going to do to you now, guys. So if you build a community, and this is something that Ryan Dice said was so important, and it totally is, because back in January when Mark Zuckerberg announced that they were changing the Facebook algorithm, one of the things they said is people love being parts of groups. That's because we are tribal species. We come from living in tribes around the globe. Not around the globe originally, but we like feeling part of something. We like feeling connected to other people who are like us. So you might belong to a group that is about motors, like a particular motorcycle brand, Harley Davidson or something. You might belong to a group who like a particular rock band, whatever it might be. We like feeling part of something. So if you are an expert, an investor, a coach, consultant, anything like that, you need to build your own community, which is kind of like a reflection of you, but also a reflection of your audience as well. So normally the two things will align, but you have to think about that. So build that community, give that community so much value. So like do Facebook Lives into there, do training, any tips you come across, connect people in there. So say someone, for example, says, I'm looking for something or other. Say, in my group I've got one of those people. add the person in, and connect them together, and be that resource that helps, like be the glue that holds everybody together in your community. And it's your community at the end of the day, so you can absolutely do this. Anyone can create a Facebook group, but you have to hold it together, and you have to be the person at the beginning especially that helps bring everybody together, that starts the conversations, that keeps the conversations going, that gives all the stuff that away, so that everybody else is getting value from being part of that group. Otherwise, it's just another group that you're in that doesn't add value, that's just taking up space, and after a while gets annoying and you leave. So you've got to make the group work. If you're going to have one, you've absolutely got to make it work. You've got to put the time in, and it is worth it. It just takes some time at the beginning. So that's one of the things I was thinking about today is like really, really reviving my Facebook group and making it extra amazing, but having all this stuff that I'm doing right now not freely available to everybody, but part of my group, so that people in my group get so much value, more than everyone else. So hopefully you found that interesting. So Tara's got a great Facebook group. Yeah, definitely, Geraldine. I totally agree with you there. So I think those are most of my notes that I made so far today. I'm going to do actual training, kind of like a breakdown of the stuff that the individual things that people talked about. So LinkedIn, the top tips that, one of the best guys that knows about LinkedIn gave. This is a guy that's an insider that knows that LinkedIn Live is coming, so he definitely knows what he's talking about. So I'm going to do a breakdown of the stuff that he said to do on LinkedIn. I know this is Facebook, but I'll tell you what to do over there. I'll do a breakdown of the messenger bots and like how that stuff would work, the kind of questions you can ask. I've got Digital Marketers, which is like a massive company. They're I think it's like a 5-question step guide to how they do high ticket sales. So they start the journey off on Messenger, which means that you can reach more people. And I'm going to do a breakdown of like Andy Harrington's speaking, I guess, like a strategy. There are steps that he does as well. So I'm going to break that down a bit more because it's just too much for now. And I am now late for the party this evening. So Brandon Block, some of you may know, who was like this massive Ibiza DJ legend from back in the day. He is DJing this evening. So I'm off down to the party. I've got all dressed up. I've changed my clothes and I'm off, and I shall see you guys a little bit later. Keep an eye on my page. I'm sharing snippets throughout the day. I'm not sharing it all because you haven't invested to be here, but I am sharing snippets, and I will share you my thoughts and my feelings and the things that I have learned to help you guys grow as well, because even though you can't be here, you can still be here in presence. So I hope you have an amazing evening, and I shall see you all soon. Thanks very much, Rob. Yes, I will enjoy. See you later.